Hey guys, what's up? This is Seth from the RE Tipster blog, and I wanted to share something with you today because I just recently had a chance to talk with Mark Podolsky, because Mark wanted to give me a quick walkthrough of the latest big software service that he's bringing to the market, which is called GeekPay.io. And the thing that makes this special and I think important is that it's a online, cloud-based payment processing software that not only handles like the bookkeeping aspect and the journal entries and the amortization tables and all that stuff, but it also allows you to accept fully automated payments through both ACH and or credit cards. And another thing that makes it really, really cool, as you're going to see in this video, is that it actually allows you to tie multiple credit cards and or ACH accounts to each borrower. So, say if a borrower misses a payment because they don't have funds in their bank account, it would then go to hit their credit card. And if that credit card fails, it could go and hit the next credit card if they have a third one on there. So it's just kind of a really thoughtfully designed software where I think they just kind of went at it with a mindset of eliminating a lot of the problems and frustrations that have just always been there for this kind of loan servicing payment processing software. I think they've really done a pretty good job at it, and it's a really easy to use website. It's not hard to figure out what to do or where to go. So anyway, without saying anything more, I'm just gonna jump into the video recording of me and Mark talking back and forth about the website and how it works. If you can just stick with it and follow along, you can get a pretty good idea for how things work, and I think you'll probably agree it's pretty simple and straightforward. And if this is something that you think you might be able to use in your business, if you're doing seller financing for any kind of real estate, or even if you're like a landlord and you want to collect recurring payments, or if you need to collect recurring payments for anything for that matter, I think this could be a viable option for you. So again, I have not used it a lot yet, but from what I've seen of it, it seems like it's a pretty cool service. So check out the video and you'll see what I'm talking about.
All right. Seth Williams, retipster.com.
I'm ready to go.
Right,
although let's see here. I've got you on full screen right now, so I can't see.
You see the screen?
Should I just watch you go through it on your end, or do you want me to literally create my account?
No, I'm gonna walk you through it, and then you can do it on your end.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, so first thing you're gonna do is click Create an Account.
Okay.
And then you're gonna put in your information.
Okay.
And you're gonna sign up as a lender, right?
Yep, you got it.
And then you're gonna agree to the terms of service and submit, and then you're gonna get your login. And when you log in, the very first thing I want you to do, Seth, is click on your name, or hover over your name.
Okay.
Okay. So when you do that, you're going to go to Settings.
All right.
And you're going to go to Merchant Accounts. Okay. And this is where you're going to set up automating getting paid. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you click Merchant Accounts, I want you to go over here to Add Merchant Account. Do you see that? All these Stripe, WePay, and BluePay are for credit cards.
Okay.
Actum is for ACH. So when you go through that, you'll go through each company's process as far as getting merchant approval, right? Okay. And they're all different. Now, eventually we'll have something that kind of gives you, compare and contrast on all the merchants. But in your situation, I would start with BluePay for credit cards and Actum for ACH. We are also adding this week Authorize.net. So if Stripe, which is like the easiest to get on, kicks you off, you just go to a different one, right? If WePay kicks you off, you go to BluePay. BluePay kicks you off, go to Authorize.net, right? So we're going to become merchant agnostic, right? Actum happens to be the only bank in the country that does consumer lending. They completely understand our business. They are the most solid way of getting paid. Okay. So now once you do that, what we're going to first do is we got to get our down payment. So we're going to click on down payments, and we're going to hit new down payment, and we're going to say Seth RE Tipster test. And how much should the down payment be for?
Let's say $6,000.
So 6,000. Okay. And then this is really important right here. We need to connect the correct merchant account. So you click here and you connect your merchant account to collect the 6,000. So I might do WePay or Stripe. So let's just do WePay. We're going to hit create. Once that's created, you're going to hover over your name and you're going to click on it. You see that? So click on it and you're going to click copy link, copy to clipboard, and then you're going to go to a new tab. You're going to paste that link and you're going to either hyperlink this on your website where you're going to email this to your borrower and they're going to complete their information. Okay. Now that should actually auto-populate into our service, but let's just pretend that it doesn't. So you get your down payment and then we're going to set up our first loan. So we're going to go to loan portfolio and you're going to go here, new loan. Do you see that?
Yes. I noticed WePay and Stripe. I've heard from both of them that you can't use them for real estate. Is that, do you have some way of getting around that, or?
Well, you can use it for down payments, right?
Okay.
So I've used Stripe for years without issue for down payments. Now, my monthly payments, I use ACH. So yeah, technically speaking, they don't love it, right? So if you do get kicked off of Stripe or WePay, you can go to BluePay, you can go to authorize.net. All right, so we're gonna hit new loan and we're gonna put in Seth test and the amount should be for how much?
So this is after the down payment?
Right.
That'd be, let's say, $24,000.
24,000. Interest rate?
9.99%.
9.99. And then are you going to be like a bank 360 or person 365?
I think 360 is usually what I've done.
Yep. And months, term?
Let's say 60 months.
60 months. And interest start date?
Let's say May 1.
May 1. And payment start date?
We'll say June 1.
June 1. Okay. And now we have our summary. So we're getting $511.47 a month over 60 months at 9.99%. How long is our grace period going to be for?
I'm going to leave it at, let's go to 15 days.
15 days. Pretty generous.
Mm-hmm.
And is the late fee a flat or a percentage?
We'll make it a flat fee.
And how much?
$25.
$25. And I do 60 days default. I don't know about you. What do you want to do?
I'll do 30.
You do 30 days. Okay. Awesome. Now it's really important that we get paid automated. So here's where we're going to set up our merchants, right? So we click here, and for credit cards, let's do Stripe. And for ACH, let's do Actum. Okay. Now we're going to just double check over here our amortization schedule. Because when your borrower comes on, they're going to see something like this. They're going to be able to see their amortization schedule. So it's going to avoid those two annoying phone calls I always used to get. Hey, Mark, what's my current balance? Hey, Mark, can I make a prepayment this month? The borrower can come in and do it at any time, right? Okay. Also, the nice thing is the borrower can come in and change their ACH information and their credit card information at any time as well.
Nice.
So now we hit continue. And now after the down payment, technically speaking, this should autofill, except for social. But let's just put in your information, Seth test, and we'll do test at test.com. And we'll do test and test and test and test. And then the social. This is going to help you when we get to annual reports. We need the social so that our bookkeeper can send out the 1098s at the end of the year so that your borrower can write off their interest expense.
I just want to know, how did you know what my social security number was? That's find that somewhere.
Is that crazy?
Right now.
Yeah. All right, so hit continue. And now we're going to upload here our promissory note, our land sale contract, and our purchase sale agreement. If we're coming over from Zimple, your screenshot of the current balance from Zimple should go in here as well. Okay, so that way when you set up your new loan, they see, oh, it's not starting over from scratch. It's coming from here to here.
And the purpose of this is just so that both the borrower and the lender can reference all the original agreements. And
exactly. Okay. So there's no ambiguity. So we'll upload our docs, and we can do 3 at a time or 4 at a time. I mean, you can just do as many as you want, hit open, and they all upload. And this way there's no ambiguity. So now we're going to hit continue, and we got to get our fees. Even though it's a set and forget it system, there's always a monthly fee, and this will offset the expense of GeekPay. So how much are we going to charge our borrower each month?
Let's say $25 a month.
25, and we'll just say note collection fee. And hit the plus sign, and we got to get our prorated taxes. So what are our prorated taxes going to be?
Let's say $100 a month.
$100, okay. And we'll just say prorated monthly taxes. Hit the plus sign again. Are there any other fees?
I guess in this example, we'll say no.
Okay. So you could do a $3 no whining fee, right? Hit the plus sign. Oh, and then you go back. You're like, oh, wait, maybe that's too much. You hit the delete it. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to partner with Stripe or WePay or BluePay or Authorize.net. So I tell all my borrowers the same thing. I get it. I want reward points too. But if you want to use your credit card, then we're going to charge a 3% convenience fee only for credit cards. So hit this little arrow here and we'll just do it for the cards. If we want to charge for ACH, we can, right? I don't because I want to push them to ACH because ACH is so cheap. It's like 45 cents to $1, depending on your merchant, right? History. So you hit continue. And we're going to connect the bank account and we're going to connect the card. In our agreements, we ask for both methods of payment and they authorize it, right? So now we made it foolproof. So we're not relying on our borrower to fill out this information. However, if you do have a borrower that is super, super sketched out by doing this, they can do it themselves, okay? So we hit continue. But do you want to see how that, do you want to go back and see how that looks?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so we'll go back. I mean, it's really simple. Connect bank account, right? All this is pre-filled for you. And then you put in their phone and you put the account name, the account number, the checking account number. Actum is going to charge them $1 because we want to confirm it's a really good account, okay? And then if it's an individual or company account, right? And then we'll continue there. And then we'll go back and we'll hit connect card. And we'll put the cardholder name, the number, expiration, CVV code, and hit connect Stripe, and that's it. So we'll hit continue.
So basically, you as the lender can only fill that out if they've given it to you?
Correct. Now, if they haven't given it to you, they need to fill it out.
Okay. And that happens after you invite them? Is that the idea?
Correct. So I'll show you what it looks like.
Okay.
So hit continue. And when we say, this is what your borrower is going to see, right? When I hit send to borrow for approval, they're going to log in as a borrower and they're going to see their loan term summary. They're going to see their amortization schedule. They're going to see their fees. They're going to see their transaction fees applied to card. They're going to see their agreements and they're going to see their information. Okay. Now, what's great about this is they can create a payment themselves at any time when they log in. Okay. They can also email you and say, hey, Seth, just charge me an extra $1,000 this month, and you can go and do it for them. And it takes a second to do. But when we hit send to borrow for approval, what we're going to do is we're going to go to emails. So we can see the email we sent them. Okay. And it says, I added you to a loan. We'll click on it. Hi, Seth. I added you to a loan on GeekPay. You can check it out instantly. So when they say view this link to access it now, this is what they see. So it's really, really easy. So the borrower flow is really nice. So if we go to an actual loan. So I guess, hold on just a second. When the borrower clicks on this, I mean, I guess in this example, we have not added a ACH account or a credit card yet. So where do they go to do that? So the first thing that they would see is add your account. That would be the first screen they would see. Okay. So it would go to payment accounts. So when they click on it, this is what they see? Yeah. So when they log in, it'll say, please connect your bank account and your card. Okay. I got you. Yeah. If they want to invite their spouse or their partner to also be able to log in, they can do that as well. And so what we'll do is let's just go to an actual loan that's got some different things going on with it so we can see what it really looks like in real life. So let's go to Notes. And when we click on Notes, we can see what's going on with this note, right? The first thing we can see is all their agreements, their information, their fees, right? And all that good stuff. We can see how much payments we've received. We can see the scheduled payments, the final payment, and what their status is. But if we go over here to emails, we can see some issues, right? Here's her first notification. You're charged $104 for the loan. And then we do fun facts. Because every time like I get a charge, it's a little sting in my heart. So to mitigate the sting, we give them a little fun fact. So if you put a quarter teaspoon of baking powder in hard-boiling eggs, the eggshells will peel off easier. Thanks for being the kind of person that honors their commitments. I appreciate you. You're the best. Buy more of that, right? Sure. So here's another one. A payment of $104 was successfully posted for the Noakes loan. Keep on lending, the GeekPay team, right? So that's what we get as a notification. Your loan is in good standing. Thanks for making your payment. Your loan is now in good standing. Thank you again for being a reliable borrower. As usual, if you have any questions, you're always here to help. So what happened was she had a payment fail, right? It says your payment of $180 has failed. Please log in and try to make another attempt or add a new payment account to put this loan in good standing. So that's what she sees. Now it says your loan is now late. Oh no. Your loan is now late. However, you still have time to pay and bring your loan into good standing. Just click on the following link, and that's where we would go. We will continue charging interest and billing as per usual. Please make sure to make a payment as soon as possible as you risk defaulting your loan. Your current past due amount is. So this is all automated, all the notifications. Technically speaking, she should never have had a failed account. So we don't know what happened. If we go to payment accounts, she's got 4 accounts on file. If the first one fails, it charges the second one. The second one fails, it charges the third one. If the third one fails, it charges the fourth one, right? Yeah. How that happened, I don't know. But let's say Shenandoah calls you, says, Seth, I'm sick of getting charged a 3% convenience fee. Make my ACH the primary. All you would do is drag and drop. See that? And just drag and drop. And that's it. So she can do that. She can add more payment accounts if she wants. You can do it for her. We have good math. We look at the journal entries. So we can see the principal entry, right? Here's another payment. We can see the penalty fees because she was late. Here's her service fees. Here's another service fee when she set up Actum. Here's a penalty fee, right? Another service fee, another principal entry, another principal entry. So we can see all the journal entries that's going on, proper accounting with her.
Just to make sure I understand, I know like in this example, we said there was a $6,000 down payment. Is that payment made like apart from this loan we set up? Or
yeah, because that's not part of the loan. That's just the down payment to set up the loan.
Okay, so
right, because you're not loaning that amount. Now you can show that in the journal entry.
Okay, so it is shown as a journal entry, really just for accounting purposes, but it has nothing to do with the payments that are coming in and out of this loan. That's just like maybe I got it as a cashier's check or something like that.
Right, right.
Payments start with the first loan payment.
Correct.
That's right. Okay. Right. Is there any way to make the first payment as part of this thing, or is that not part of it?
Absolutely. You can have your payment start date whenever you want. You can create a payment. You could charge you would just have in there, like in down payments or create a payment, you would just add like the description of what it was. Like I charge a $4.99 doc fee. I would just do create a payment doc fee, right? So we can go in and do that as long as you have permission to do it.
And when you create a payment, does that send it to them for approval, or it just automatically?
No, it automatically does it.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we go to payments, when we go to overview, we do create a payment. I would just put the description in here. Charge borrower account only if explicit approval from borrower, right? So there should be some paperwork involved with letting them know, hey, this is what's going on.
Okay.
Right. So that's how we do it. Now we do billing statements very similar to American Express. So if you look at your American Express statement, it's the exact same thing.
Okay.
And this does really good math. And then that's it. You could edit it. If you go to your payments, let's say that she calls up and says, hey, let's say, like we do a 90-day refund policy. So first month they call and say, hey, I saw the property. It sucks. I want a refund. You just click on here and you make a refund. And that's it.
Okay.
Very easy in your payments. You can edit the loan. You can stop payments, all that good stuff. Annual reports. Let's keep our bookkeeper happy, right? You just hit download. It goes out and they get all the information for each borrower.
The billing statement part, is that like a email that goes out to them, or that's just something they can come in and view at their...
They come and see their billing statements after they make a payment.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have emails.
And when payments come out, they get an email just telling them, hey, the payment came out, that kind of thing?
Exactly.
Okay.
When you go to settings, and this is where you would set up your email signature. I'll have fun facts for you if you want to copy and paste them. And then you can see your subscription and then hit your merchant accounts. And you can see what's been set up and the number of loans per account.
So if I already have like an existing BluePay merchant account, can I somehow enter that in, or do I have to apply for it?
No, you'll be able to just, it'll be seamless.
If I wanted to not include fun facts with my emails, like if I just wanted to sting people and offer them no joy at all, is that possible to do that?
Yeah, you just don't put any fun facts in.
Okay, awesome.
We have free support. You just come over here and click this and hit new conversation and ask your message.
Okay.
All right, so that is GeekPay. Cool. Any other questions?
Not that I can really think of. If you're going to work with BluePay or Stripe or WePay, is BluePay the most expensive one? Like, do they have a monthly fee? Because I think with my BluePay account, I got to pay like $25 or something per month, whether I use it or not.
So I'm merchant.
Has that, right?
Yeah. I'm merchant agnostic. I have nothing to do with the merchant fees. So, depending on where you are, if you're a startup in land or you're a startup in any business, your merchant fees are going to be more. Because more risk, right? You don't have a track record. If you've been doing this for as long as I have, you can probably get no fee and 2.2%. It just depends on their risk reward.
And if you didn't want to set up a merchant account, well, I guess you have to with Actum.
Well, let's talk about that, right? So when we first set up that loan, we automated it, right? But if you remember when we first set it up, we could manually track the loan because you will have people that actually just send you checks or they send you cashier's checks and it's not automated. So you would just come in here and you hit create a payment and you would manually do it. And that's where you would do it. See how I did that?
Sure.
I would put in the description, I might say April payment and process the payment. Now, when I say process payment here, it won't charge them. It'll just do the math. So it'll figure out your principal and interest and it keeps transparency. So that person
journal entry in there?
Yeah, do the journal entries so everybody knows where they're at. It's
really
not ideal, but that's what we can do.
So really all of your seller finance deals, whether they're taking payments out or not, this is a good way just to handle the accounting for them, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the only automated financial CRM in the world that I know of.
Say if you didn't want to accept credit card payments and only ACH payments, is there like a merchant approval process you have to go through with, is it called Actum? Is that the company?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's, you're going to have to send 2 months bank statements. You're going to be bankable. They won't check your credit, but if you've been to jail, they may not accept you. So 99% of our merchants are accepted. They understand our business. They know our business. So it's not an issue as long as you're bankable. Yeah. So when you first go to your name and you hit settings and you set up your merchant account right here.
Yeah.
Do you see that? That's where you'll go through that process with each merchant.
Gotcha. And do you know about how many days it takes them approximately to approve you?
It takes 7 to 10 business days. They're going to have you fill out paperwork.
Okay.
And you'll just send them paperwork. But everything is done through GeekPay.
So like when you click on that apply for a merchant account button, does that take you to their website and then you do it there, or?
Yeah, let's check it out. So let's go add merchant account and let's connect BluePay. So now it says fill out the form to add BluePay, right? So account name, account ID, secret key. To get required credentials, please log into your BluePay account and go to admin, accounts, list, options, view.
I gotcha.
So BluePay.
So that does make it pretty easy then.
It makes it really easy, right?
That's nice.
That's it.
That's awesome, man. Kudos for putting together such a nice system.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, so that was the GeekPay walkthrough. And before I wrap this up, I just wanted to add a few last-minute thoughts before we end this. As you probably noticed, that video was recorded in April of this year, so that was a few months ago now. Since that time, I actually applied for an Actum account so that I could accept ACH payments. I was able to get that approved, no problem. I wouldn't say it was like the easiest thing. It took a little bit of back and forth and was a little confusing, but we did get it done, so it wasn't terribly difficult. Also, since that time, they've added authorized.net as an option here. That could be another solid option that I don't have yet, but it may be worth keeping in mind. Something I was waiting for before I published this video was to see what the pricing of Geek Pay was going to be, just so that I understood, what's going to be the cost of maintaining these different merchant accounts in addition to paying for BluePay. I can tell you for each one of these, BluePay and Actum, I'm paying $25 a month for each one. So that's $50 a month right there. And then the cost of GeekPay, you can see right here, these are kind of the options. If you've got 0 to 10 notes, that's probably a range a lot of people are going to be falling into. It's $99 a month. So you're basically looking at like $150 a month, which I think you can totally offset that by adding, servicing fees to your loans and that kind of thing. But even then, say if you've got like one loan that's for really small properties, maybe you're taking in like $100 or $200 a month. It may not make sense for that, but I think once you got a few loans up and running and you've tacked on monthly servicing fees for each one of those, it could totally make sense. One final thing I will just note before this video is done. In terms of these merchant accounts here, GeekPay is not affiliated with any of these things, so it's really up to you to make sure you understand the rules and the terms and conditions of using each one of these. I will say that some of these companies, you're actually not supposed to use them for doing real estate transactions, or you can use them for real estate, but only in a very limited capacity. Like for example, BluePay, it is okay to use that, but I've actually got a separate video and blog post explaining, even though you can use it for real estate, there's a lot of situations where it's not going to make sense based on the rules that they put on their users. So that's just something, I'm not going to get into all of the specifics of that, but that's something you should be aware of. Whichever one you decide to use, make sure you are familiar familiar with what you're allowed to use them for in terms of real estate transactions, because for a lot of them, especially when you get credit cards involved, there's a lot of these rules and restrictions for what you can and can't do. I think the original intent behind GeekPay was to help specifically land investors and real estate investors with their seller finance deals, but you can also use this for a lot of other things. Say if you have a loan that has nothing to do with real estate, but you just want to collect payments for something. I mean, that could be another potential use for this, or collecting rent payments or any kind of recurring payment. I think a lot of that is fair game, but just keep in mind, if you are using this specifically for real estate, just be aware of the rules that come into play with each one of these, or whichever one you decide to use. So yeah, I think that's a wrap. Pretty solid system. It's got a really nice design, very easy flow. It's pretty easy to figure out how to use it, and I just thought it was worth telling you guys about. So hopefully that was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I wish you all the best with your next seller finance deal. And if GeekPay makes sense for you, hopefully it works out well for you. So thanks for watching. Talk to you later.